Hello, fathers of the world. I hope that you're having a better day than the last. For me, it is a very devastating day. It marks 7 months since I've seen the children for the last time. And it is amazing how a system that is made or supposed to exist with a focus of the best interest of the children is used actually against the children itself, if we think about it. And this is because in my situation, like many others across the Western world, United States, Brazil, Portugal, I'm in Denmark right now, United Kingdom. I spoke with people from all these countries. I've read posts, uh, and initially when I started this channel, I thought, it's a rare thing. This is not a standard. Unfortunately, it is very common. It is a very common situation. And this is because, in my case, like many others, I mentioned divorce because of violence, because of neglect, because of child endangerment. And especially after one specific episode, after we came from vacations. And I stated that I wanted a divorce, to sell the house, and that I would stay with the children, because I was the one taking care of the children 24 hours, 7 days a week. And I don't mean it in a literal sense that they were with me 24 hours a day. Let's just be clear. Of course, they were going to school or daycare, but that means that I was the one going to buy groceries. I was the one washing clothes, etc. Everything that is needed for the children to have a regular, stable life. So, in Denmark, there's something that they focus on called the primary care parent. And this is also something more or less across the countries is used either directly or indirectly. They look at who was spending more time with the children, who were the children more attached to. In my case, it was me. So obviously, the children would be with me because that's the natural thing, right? Unfortunately, to make sure that she would get the residency of the children, she made a dirty move, which apparently is fairly common here in Denmark. And as I understand, even though in other countries there's no crisis center, or at least not used in the same manner, but very specific to Denmark, the crisis center for women, they have to help. There's a very specific law. As long as a woman says or states that they suffered some sort of violence, they have to be accepted at a crisis center. What my wife did, well, my future ex-wife now, she stated psychological violence. Psychological violence by itself, it is very difficult to prove. Automatically, she will gain custody of the children. Thanks to this, it triggers investigation, which is not really an investigation in my eyes, because it's the authorities here sending an email to school, an email to daycare, and asking how was the behavior between the father and the children, the mother and the children, and that's it. And that takes 2 months. It's really something that should be one phone call, problem solved. In other situations, if there's a crime, the courts, if it's a criminal offense, for example, in certain cases, you will be in front of a judge in 24 hours. So, and you have the situation, which is a crime if it was reported to the police, because a violent situation is a crime. But what happens, at least here in Denmark, there's this special agency called the Agency of Family Law, or in Danish, familieretshuset, which it doesn't matter if the woman pressed charges or not. And either way, the father is seen as the violent person, so therefore the woman needs to be protected. Therefore, the children will not be allowed to see the father. Because when we speak about children's rights, the parents actually do not have rights. The children have the rights to have both parents in their life. The parents only have responsibilities. And that's a very different thing. So when you think about, I'm the father, I have the rights to see my children. No. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. The children have the rights to see and to meet and to be with both parents, and not the other way around. My point is, so my wife went to the crisis center. Automatically, after 2 months, she gets to be the resident parent, and automatically I become the visitation parent. In Denmark, like in many other countries, usually, for example, in the United States, they call it custodial parent. So the parent which the child or children live with, and especially here in Denmark, that parent has rights. It can bar the other parent from see the children. It can ask for money, gets help from the state, so financial support. It can ask for child support, tax deductions. In here they also have support for school, support for daycare. It is really something to be the resident parent here in Denmark, like in other countries, but in money-wise, it really pays off to be the resident parent. On the other side, the visitation parent, he has no rights. If there's a disagreement, usually is the resident parent that automatically wins, because okay, we cannot cooperate, and therefore the children are not going to see you, and that's it.